Namaste, y'all. Phoenix here. I hope you all are doing amazing. I got a little bit of inspiration. It's like my candle. Some inspiration I got. And so I'm on here to talk to you all about the black sheep. So you all know what the black sheep is, right? Who the black sheep is, right? The theory of the black sheep, right? So the black sheep is the one out the family that awakens. They undergo turmoil, hurt, defeat, shame, but still they rebel. They undergo ridicule, judgment, beatings, but still they rebel. The black sheep is the one that goes against societal norms. The black sheep is the one who does things their own way. They will not conform. They will not be held down. They will not be bound by constraints, right? And so when the black sheep goes against the world and turns that anger, hurt, sadness, grief, and it turns it within, the black sheep becomes wounded. The black sheep becomes damaged because it's tired. It's tired of fighting. It's tired of struggling. It's tired. And the purpose of that is for the black sheep to turn within itself, to look for God, to look for the reasons why. And so the black sheep begins to alchemize its life. The black sheep will go into a cocoon. The black sheep will undergo a transformation, go into the void, right? And becomes the golden sheep, or the golden child, or the light worker, the star seed, the light warrior, the earth angel, right? And so now the black sheep understands why its will was to rebel against societal norms. The black sheep understands its power. It understands where it got its power from. It understands where it gained its strength from. It understands the school of life. It understands the karmic ebb and flow of life. It understands the rhythms of the all. It understands how it works with the all. It gains an understanding that it was never separate from the all. It gains an understanding that the all had never left them. And then it gains its wings and it gains its crown, right? And it becomes radiant as the sun. Now we all can consider this as the soul's rebellion against societal norms, right? And then the soul willpower not to conform to societal norms, right? But if the black sheep is unhealed, then that all of that societal uprage and rage and roaring and fighting, it will be all for nothing. That black sheep stamp is basically your badge of honor. That black sheep stamp is basically a seal saying that you were forged in the fire. That black sheep stamp states that life tried me, but I went home and I got my daddy and I got my mama. And that black sheep ain't black no more, right? And so that black sheep is beautiful, it's bright, it's radiant, it's gifted, it's highly sensitive, it's highly empathetic, it's highly intuitive, right? It is creation and creating, helping others in a healthy way to use their black sheep stamp or seal or signature to elevate and to help others, right? And so you were never meant to hold on to the black sheep stamp, the black sheep coat, because that coat is heavy and that coat wants to be washed clean. And so this message was pretty much a call to drop labels, to drop what keeps you held back, what keeps you from knowing the truth and who and what you are. It's not about who's better than anyone, who did me wrong, who has the best this, who has the best that, because at the end of your life, you're not going to be able to take any of this with you, right? It's about becoming who you need to become right here, right now, while you have the chance to on this physical realm. It's about you gaining power in the physical realm, becoming aware of yourself in the physical realm so that you can return home to your source, so that you can be a guide, a spirit guide, an ancestor, an elder to your loved ones, right? It's about spiritual wealth, spiritual health, spiritual knowledge once you leave this physical reality. And so this message was to the ones that were black sheeps, are awakening to the fact that they were the black sheep. Don't stay there. Heal, release it, love it home, but don't ever stay in that. Don't stay in that mask. Don't wear that mask as a badge of honor. You don't wear a diploma when you graduate from university. You teach the lessons, right, that you learned while you were in university. You teach from that space. You don't wear the diploma. You don't wear the teachers that beat you down. You don't wear the students that hurt you while you were competing against each other to get good grades and things like that and so have you. You don't wear any of that, but you walk out of that space with a degree, right? A badge, and you put that badge on your wall or on your desk, right? And you perform the task, right? I hope this is making sense for someone, for a black sheep who really needed to hear this. So don't stay in that space, because that space can get lonely, that space can get dark, and then that space can become toxic. That space will have you feeling like the world is against you. And it's not the world that's against you. The world has done nothing to you. Ayla has done nothing to you. Ayla has not offended you. But it's other masks, other people, individual masks has offended you. Not the world, not Ayla, not the planet, right? Not the Most High, not creation, right? That hasn't offended you. What is his name? Marcus Aurelius states, don't feel offended if you haven't. I want to find that quote because I want to say it the correct way. Give me a second. Okay, so I want to find this quote because I want to say it correctly. And I believe it's by Marcus Aurelius, okay? And so, this is very good. You withstood many storms, and you're still standing, testifying and telling your story, right? This is the energy, right, of the black sheep, right? You're able to teach another one how to come out of their storm. Don't allow yourself to stay in that black sheep energy, okay? And so, yes, you wear it like a badge. Give me a second, I want to pause. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm still looking, but we have Friedrich Nietzsche saying, I was in darkness, but I took 3 steps and found myself in paradise by taking 3 actions: 1 good thought, a good word, and a good deed. Okay, you have the power to overcome any scenario in your life. You are pure power, okay? And this is why my guides call us the golden children, okay? And so I want you to understand what that title means, like, and even that is a title, right? Because when you leave this realm, you're not even going to be that, right? You're not any of that, right? These are all titles. These are all labels, right, that we put on each other to describe a state of being that we are currently forever moving through energy, right? And so that was very significant, this Friedrich Nietzsche. Like, you don't have to stay in that energy. And I can't find this Marcus Aurelius cloak. I said cloak, something about a cloak. What did he say? Don't be offended if you have not been offended. Like, choose not to feel offended, and you have not been offended. If you all know that quote, please leave it in the description box. I know I have it here somewhere, but I don't really want to go through all of these papers, notes. These are like quotes that I have been taking over the course of like 3 years when I'm sitting and listening to spirit. And so that was something that spirit wanted to come through and say to you all, like, understand that black sheep theory, it was only there for, you were only there for a little while. You were never meant to stay in that state, okay? You were never meant to stay in that state. You were never meant to stay in this state, in this physical state, okay? Because after too long, a blink of an eye, this state will be gone, right? And so I hope you all can understand that energy. And so I hope this, my messages make sense to you all, to where it's bringing some sort of power within you all to see the truth of who and what you are. You are beyond labels. You are beyond thoughts and words and emotions and feelings. You are beyond that. And so that was one of the messages that wanted to come through. Healing from freedom. It's about you integrating that shadow energy, okay? And so Thomas Reed says, it is through dialogue and debate with the ego that we sharpen our understanding of reality, not through blind conformity to authority. Invite your ego to a round table and have a great debate. Take notes. And this is something that I do daily. I do this with myself. I sit with myself in deliberation. We sit and we speak and we talk, and I allow the energy to flow through me, especially when the conversation gets heavy. It gets really deep because I have that. I use the shaman archetype, okay? All these things are archetypes that we use. And so it says, if we are to be free, we must first free ourselves from the illusion of certainty and embrace the freedom of doubt. Doubt all your physical experiences, especially if they are not in alignment with who you know yourself to be. You don't have to stay in the space of the black sheep. You don't have to hold on to that and cloak yourself in that coat to appear to be something, hiding behind, Spirit is saying, hiding behind labels, like how some authority figures hide behind their badges, right? And if you would look at some of my videos, you will see I speak about my own life, the things that I went through in my own life, how hard it was for me. And when my son passed away, that was a wake-up call for me. I couldn't stay in that state. I would have literally probably killed myself or something. And I went into a deep state of alchemical transformation. And so I don't regret it. I don't have no upsets about it. I don't have no whys about it. All of those things, it happened for a reason. It happened because I was here to teach someone. I accepted my role as a teacher. I'm a Life Path 33. I accepted that. I knew that it was something that I was here to do, something that was bigger than me. And I released the mask graciously, okay? And so I didn't have a problem with going in and doing the healing. I'm a fire sign, Aries, but I live from my North Node, which is Libra. And I'm a Pisces moon. I'm a Leo rising. And so I had to build back up confidence. I had to build back up those versions of me that was shut down. I had to build all of that, rebuild that up again. I had to look my fears and my anger. I had to look all of that in my eye, in its eye. I had to look those versions of me, and I had to look in the mirror. And every time I look in the mirror and there was something being reflected off that mirror back to me that was not a truth, I knew it was time for me to go back to the drawing board. Over and over again, I never gave up on myself. And don't you ever give up on yourself, right? You keep going. You keep persevering. You keep pushing. Because before you know it, you will alchemize it, right? That sun energy, right? That gold energy. You go through all the elements, right? And before you know it, you're whole again. And so you don't have to stay in that space. I'm seeing in infinity. When I looked at this 8, it was sideways, but the card was upright. This is my clairvoyant, and I saw it just rotating. Like you don't have to be in that state, because that state, that old state, that lead, that heaviness, 2222, it's not you. It is the mask. And when you can drop it, and when you can take that mask off, and when you can look at yourself, and you pick up nothing but good energy, nothing but great energy off every mirror you look at, from every personality, right? They all become one. They are all integrated into one, no matter what mirror you look at, no matter who looks at you, whatever. This spirit is showing me how, if someone looks at you, right, someone comes in your energy, you're reflecting their goodness back to them, because you've healed that, right, your brokenness, instead of someone reflecting, mirroring their brokenness back to you. Because life is like that black mirror, right? Reflections reflecting back to each other. We're just bouncing reflections off of each other. We are all mirrors. We are all portals. Portals to mask that was given to us by our program, right? And so when we go through this alchemical process of healing and changing, integrating with love, integrating it all with love, loving yourself back home again, back whole again, that prodigal son energy, right? When you, knowing that you will always be accepted back home, because that is you, right? You are it. You never left home. You were never separate from home. It's like going down a yellow brick road, right? It's like, what did the good witch say? You had the power all alone to get home. But if you would have never took that path, if I told you you were already home, you would have never believed it. So it's accepting life ups and life's downs. It's the non-dual nature of life. It's the yin and the yang, right? It's the dark, right? You have the dark, but you become the light in the dark. It's that light, but knowing that there is a little bit of darkness there, right? but you can still see it, right? And it becomes that space, right? And then you gain so much knowledge, like you become the jack of all trades. You gain all of this, the drama of life, the art of life, like the sculptures of life, right? The music of life, right? The lightness of life, the wisdom of life, right? You can begin to create life the way you desire it to be, right? Becoming in that energy of in this world, but not of this world, right? So you're a world within a world. You all know how those schools are, right? I'm sure you heard of the GATE program, right? We were in a program called Comets. It was a school within a school. And so, man, you balancing life, right? Now she's walking that tightrope, holding something in one hand, right? A hula hoop and a baton. And this one here is just... And so, are you going to be the black sheep here, still holding on to this and just laying here in it? Or are you going to experience life and walk that line, walk that ley line, right? Knowing that you activate people that come into your awareness. Knowing if someone reflects something to you, you don't take it personal. You go check within yourself to see if that was coming from you, right? And if it was, you transmute it, you heal it, right? But it also becomes you activating like the nervous system, right? Allowing the nervous system to be still. Allowing the nervous system, training the nervous system to respond different, right? It's like these flies, you see how they just like flying around her, but none of them is landing in these Venus flytraps because they are aware that they are there, right? And it's about you practicing it over and over again. You going up, out, getting out, and you're doing it over and over again until it becomes second nature to you. To where you're no longer holding on to the hurt of life. To where you are accepting life. As it comes, you are free to explore life. You are free to create life. Create your own rainbow. See where your rainbow is, right? Knowing that you have access to angels. Knowing that the angels were with you while you were in your womb. And we were talking about the reflections, right? You've seen people for who and what they are. That is the gift of the black sheep. The gift of the black sheep is hyper-awareness. But it can become wounded if it's still in a state of someone did this to me, right? Lurking in the shadows, haunting you, right? So that was a message that wanted to come through about that black sheep energy, because trust me, I was there. I can write a book on the things that has happened to me, but I overcome. And I try not to see the world as being against me, the people in it as being out to get me, even though I still will feel it, right? Because somewhere inside of me, I'm still probably unsure of myself. I'm still probably unsure that I am safe. And it reflects that back to me. And so we take accountability, and we continue to alchemize, and we continue to alchemize, and we keep going. And we don't give up on ourselves like so many others has done. We heal our abandonment issues, right? And I wanted to get some angel numbers. So if you are seeing these numbers, you will know if this resonates for you. As I say, my channel is not going to resonate with everyone. This channel is about removing masks. This channel is about alchemizing the hurt spaces from you. Tapping into your natural abundance, your natural soul's ability. Okay, this is what my channel is about. Accessing the you, your unique skills, your unique gifts, right? Because of that, what? Black sheep energy, right? You're not staying in that state, right? Thank you, Spirit. I'm always with you. Look at that, 0, 0, 0. I'm always with you. Transformation, serenity, trust, achievements, release, potential success, fucking triumph. You turn your tragedies into triumph, right? Lead into gold, right? Act on your ideas at this time. Okay, you all are coming out of the void. I said that earlier in a previous video. You could be seeing mirroring numbers like this. 1441 could be significant. Y'all could be seeing 441. Oh, Spirit. I didn't want to be on here too long. It's pretty late here. 1313. Starting fresh. So you all could have just released something, okay? Compromise, swift awareness. Okay. These mirroring numbers could be definitely significant for you all. 0707, compromise, self-awareness, right? Forgiveness. That's something I should have said that because I did write it down. Empathy, professionalism, resilience, and freedom, right? Release what no longer serves you and let go of grudges. Openly express your emotions and speak compromise. When understanding is lacking, it is best to move forward, embrace the truth, and it will set you free. Okay, as Spirit, I was channeling this. Spirit came through with forgiveness. Acknowledge the harm done to you. Process the related emotions, anger, pain, etc., right? Choose forgiveness, not offense. And that can be that wounded black sheep energy. You don't have to stay in that space, right? And so we have these mirroring numbers here. 1221, 2112. Taking the initiative, and it being up to you if you decide to let this go, that black sheep energy go, that wounded black sheep energy. 1313. Okay, dying, being willing to die over and over again, die 1,000 deaths in order to live free, in order to be fully free. It's another stoic person that says, in order to live free, you must be willing to die. And so, numbers mirror each other. And so, I hope this message was able to reach who it needed to reach. If you know someone that is in this black sheep energy and they're holding on to it, and if it's becoming unhealthy for them and they are living out of that pain, and 1, 2, 3, 4, if they are living out of that pain of the wound of the space, and they're not willing to see things from a different perspective, please share this video with them. Because you are so much more than your pain. Don't stay in that pain. 1414. Light up. Light it up, right? Use it for knowledge. 555, clarity. 0550. You could be seeing numbers like this, okay? 1414, light it up. We had 1313, now we have 1414. Good vibes, balance, respect, family, optimism, quality, new connections, and joy, okay? And so send this message to them, because this is important, because this energy is blocking you, blocking us as the ones that's on the same path as us. As I say, my readings may not resonate with everyone. This is a bit different, because we are activating magical gifts, okay? And another video, 3606, I'll probably make about my magical gifts, okay? That is not a part of the normal gifts, right? From what we know about, right? We know about psychic abilities. We know about prophets and seers and things like that. But there are other ones. And I've already tapped into 4 of them so far. And I'm going to come over here, come on here, and let you all know what they are for me, so you can see if you have these, okay? And so if not, just understand you have your own set. Yours might not be like mine. Each one of us is different. We hold a different vibrational frequency, right? And so each gift is very different. You're so special, and you have no idea the beauty of your soul. You have no idea the magic that you have within you. You're so rare. You're a beautiful gem. And I really want you all to understand that, and to know that, and to feel that. Feel into that when you look in the mirror and you tell yourself that over and over again, whatever that mirror is reflecting back to you. You have the power to program it differently. And I love you all so much. Namaste, guys. Bye.